Hey guys, Comet here. Welcome back to Alchemy Factory. This is episode 2. In the last episode, I got some of the items automated in the shop here, just using this little simple factory back here. I still have to hand feed everything, but I don't have to manage customers anymore, because I got this nifty little cashier here. Plans for this episode, I think I'm going to buy another plot here, just to get some more space. Opens up a lot of space. I can move these farms, or these farm plots, over into this space, and then repurpose this space. But if I look at the tech tree, I want to get into more complex smelting. So that'll be this crucible here. That'll get us into clay. Clay could get us into the kiln. That gets us to glass and bricks, and I'll also pick up this nursery along the way. But step one, I'm just going to move these plants. And they'll be 8 wide, just like the others. Because that is exactly how many plants can fit in a box. So I want 1 row for sage, 1 for flax, another for flax, 3rd for flax, and I think I'm going to want a 4th one for flax. And then I think we'll get into red currant today. So I'll put in that row for that, just in anticipation. Now I'll collect all this. And just drop it off all in these boxes here. I just want to clear this space. Alright, space has been cleared. I'm going to go rebuy the seeds to plant that. And check on the new quest here. Mortars. I got mortars. Let's do that. Oh no, I don't have mortars. I'll steal some from the shop. I will submit that, get some good money. This one I can do as well, actually. Just need a couple of bandages here. And then some gears, definitely have those. Alright, let's get that submitted. And then, yeah, this one I don't care about. This one, I can do that one, I think. Am I making iron? I forget. No, I have no wood. Right, okay. Grab some wood, and then rebuy some seeds. And I'll actually get the red currant while I'm here. I'll get these planted. Alright, looks good. Now, I'm not going to be able to use this red currant. I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. But I won't be able to use this till I get into all the way down here, the vitality potion. So I've got some text to go through. Let's pick up this. Maybe get some nails over to the shop. Piping. No, I'll do pulleys next. Alright, and then with that, I'm just going to come through the wall right here. Oh, I need that. Just go through the wall right here. That's not the right spot. I want it to be here. Like that. There we go. And then, coming off of this table, I guess I just do this. There. Now we have nails getting sold over here, so people will stop complaining. I've seen a few people say that there's no nails in the shop. My reputation is 0 right now. That's not good. But I did get the pulley. So this, if we look at the recipe, that takes wood and rope. And I have both of those already. So I just need to get some wood and some rope together. I think I'll come out this way. I left a little bit of space in anticipation of this. I'm gonna move the wood box, actually. This will come out this way, and then down. They should be able to join up right here. And I think right here is a good spot. Now, I do want the wood box back, so I'm just going to put it right here. And then that can go into there. Perfect. Now the question becomes, how do I get the pulleys into the shop automatically? I think what I'm going to do is change the direction on these bandage inputs. So that it comes in here. Because then I can get another one on the side of it. Like this. So those will plug in there. And then over the top, I could run the pulleys. So we're starting to get some spaghetti here, but that's just because I don't have enough space yet. And then that'll just run across the top of the bandages here. And then down into probably that catapult, yeah. Alright. And that should be pulleys automated now. As long as I can supply this with flax, the rope will be split and go into some pulleys. Oh, I'm out of wood. Let's grab some wood. Now, I have been neglecting this workbench here. I can get some upgrades for myself. Like inventory. That's the big one. Inventory. What does it take for that one? Linen thread. Then I can upgrade the building tool. Just need one piece of iron for that. Let's do that one. That will allow me to redo the shop. Let's see. So that unlocked the wooden platform and the wooden stairs. But for inventory, I need to grab some linen thread from over here. Alright, there's 51. Beautiful. And for inventory, the next inventory upgrade, it's linen cloth. Don't know how much of that I have. Alright, let's do this one. And now, bricks and clay I don't have yet. Pulleys I do, I think. Are they being made yet? If I set the recipe, they would be. Now this potion belt one isn't that great. It just increases how much time of the day you're awake for. It reduces the sleep time. Gloves just increase restocking speed, but I have that being handled by the end of day. So just barely a profit there. But as I was saying, these catapults are restocking the shop anyway, so the glove upgrade doesn't matter. I could just do this one because. Alright, I'll submit this. And I could probably do that one. How many potions do I have saved up? Not enough. Never mind. I'll hold off on that one. Let's check on today's quest. So someone urgently needs nails. Let's go ahead and do that one. I know I've got a lot of nails. Alright, some nice cash there. Drop off all the copper. I'll continue through the tech here. Drawbridge and crossway tunnel, that's kind of just utility stuff, don't need that. I want to get into fertilizer and clay. This starts some complicated, or more complicated, product chains. This stuff is really basic. Right, there is fertilizer. And there is clay. So now if I press V, I can take a look at the new stuff that we just got. So, fertilizer takes plant ash and quicklime powder to make. And then clay, that takes sand and charcoal. And both of these are made in grinders, but I think I might need a tad bit more space, actually. How much is this one? 8,000? That's all of my silver. Maybe not. I think I can squeeze it in. But to make charcoal, that requires... Or to make charcoal powder, sorry, that requires charcoal. And charcoal is made in the crucible just by burning some planks. So I have a crucible here on a furnace. Both of these need to be supplied with wood and then ground up at the end. And I'm going to do this just to get some ratios, because I don't know the exact product value. So I'll just throw in some wood here. That'll get the furnace and the crucible going. Alright, now I can take a look at some ratios. So it takes 15 planks to make 15 charcoal, and then that can be ground up at a 1-to-1 ratio in the grinder. Okay. If we run that into an assembler to make the clay, looks like I need 30 a minute of charcoal. So that would be 2 crucibles. And instead of running the furnace off of planks, I actually have room for a 3rd crucible that I think I could run back around into itself. Now, the only problem with that is that it requires constant uptime, and if I forget to restock the wood or something, then it can just completely die, and I'll have to reset it myself. But if I just power it off of wood, then all I have to do is put the wood in here and it'll self-start. So I might actually just do that, keep things simple for now. But the other product is sand at 60 a minute. And if I remember right, this one's a big problem. So that'll come out of a rock crusher into some grinders. But I think the ratio on the grinders for sand is terrible. I'm going to test that. Let me grab a rock. So 1 grinder does, 5 a minute. That is so bad. For 1 assembler, take the 60 divided by the 5 that it's making. What is that, like 12 grinders? And this produces 20. So it's 3 grinders. No, 3 crushers, 12 grinders, 1 assembler. Alright, I think I have kind of an idea of what I'm building now. I'll clear some space. And I'll start, I think right here. This looks like a good spot. With the table saw. And I want that to line up, probably about here is good. So it's 2 crucibles. And I'll run the belt across the furnace like this. And then... Oh, I need a belt. I'll come out 1. That can just go straight into there. And then the other half can go this way. Up to there. And then crucible, crucible. Belt. I'm gonna put a table down. Do I want it in this orientation? Maybe. Let's try that. Because then I can just do grinder, grinder. And then assembler here. No, just kidding. Assembler here. So those will connect and go into there. This is doing clay. Yeah, now I just need the 12 grinders for sand. So that's 6. I can get another 6 over here. And all of that will fit on a single belt. Just like that. Their inputs can be over here. And then I should have enough space for a box right here. Alright, I like that. Then I can put the rock crushers here, here, and I guess I do need one more table here. Alright, so all I have to do is throw in some wood, throw in some rock, and I should end up with clay. So there's the wood. Let's go grab some rocks. And let's see if this works. And it should self-start because it's being supplied with wood. And why did those not connect? That's weird. Alright, first little bit of sand is going in. Got our first piece of clay coming. Oh, I guess I already have one. Okay, there's 2. End of day, let's see what we got. Big profit. And I'm actually noticing a problem here. Because the wood is being split, these aren't going to get the full 30. It's 15 and 15, that's already the 30 there. So this needs an external fuel supply. Or I could just accept the fact for now that it's not going to be completely efficient. I mean, it doesn't really get much simpler than this. If I add in another table saw, then I'll be overproducing wood, which I guess isn't a problem. Sure. Fine. For the sake of efficiency. Let's check today's quests. Bulk order for a lot of crap there. So healing potions. I know I have those. 40 linen. Which I don't have. Oh, you're out of flax. I guess I'll just harvest all of this. Alright, just need a couple more healing potions now. These are starting up again. 39. I think I can just grab the rest from here. Oh, one more. There, okay. I'll submit that. A lot of cash there. This one, yeah, I've been putting this one off. I'm gonna do that one. Here we go. Submit that. Some more cash there, and then, yeah, I'm not too worried about this one. So the only thing left now is the main quest. That's the Vitality Potion. And this will start using those, I'll call them grapevines, like I said. And then some quicklime powder. Now, to make the Vitality Potion, though, it requires the blender. And the blender requires glass. And glass, you need a kiln for. So I'll research the kiln. I'll pick up the nursery along the way. And then piping, gonna need that also for the blender. And now that I have so much money, I think I will buy this. Alright. A lot of space to work with now. You know what? I'm gonna buy the whole plot. Let's buy you. I'm rich. And we'll buy you. So let's start doing some stuff with the kiln. So that also requires a furnace. I don't have any clay. Pick that up. So glass, if I look in the kiln here, it takes 60 a minute as well to make 10. So that's basically just this setup right here. But this also needs fuel. So I'll do the same table saw thing here. And maybe I use these boxes. Yeah, I think I'll use these boxes. Not right there. Here and here. And then just put the kiln sideways. So that'll go into storage bin there. And well, I guess sand has to be made up on a table. Because these things are so bulky. That is 12 grinders. So there's 6. And I'll get another table. There's the 12. That'll run in to there. And I just need the rock crushers, or the stone crusher. And they, just barely don't fit. Here's something I can do, though. I'm going to use one of these boxes. Maybe in this orientation. That'll go into there. And then I'll stack the grinders. So I'll do 6. And then 6 here. And then this box will merge the two together into one. Just like that. Now, I need to figure out... Well, I can do the same thing just in reverse, right? And then have one line of stone. So I'll get another box here. In... Oh, wait, no. It needs to be... It needs to face that way. Unless I do some really tricky belt shenanigans. Will that fit here if I do that? It's actually not necessary. So these can go into here. The box will split it across the 2 layers. And then this box will recombine them. Okay, so that just saves a little bit of space. Fits on 2 tables instead of 3. So now all I need to do is grab some stone and wood, but I don't think I want it here. I think I want to change it to be over here somewhere. Maybe it shares the same space with these tables. Get that on there. Get those on that. And I'll see if this works. There we go. Looks like we just made our first piece. Alright, now I can start working on these things that actually require glass to build. I'll also grab soap while I'm here. That one's less relevant. I just want to do this to finish the quest, and then I think that'll be the end of this episode, actually. And sure, I'll just finish these off just to say I completed this section. But with the Vitality Potion unlocked, take a look at the recipe. Takes 600 fruit wine per minute and 30 quicklime powder a minute. Now, quicklime powder is built in a crucible, or it's crafted in a crucible. And I don't know its rate, so I'll get a test here. I know it's crafted from stone, so I am going to need some grinders, but I've got some free stone here I can grab. I'll just put it into this box here. Load on a log. Alright, and it crafts at 6.7 a minute. And then the grinders convert it at 6.7 a minute as well. Okay, so that's 1:1. But 6.7 into 30, what is that? It doesn't come out to a nice ratio. It looks like it's about 4.5. These are made at 7.5. These are made at 10. Times 2, so that's 20. I could actually just double this. Use 2 blenders. Then the ratio would be a little better. So that would be 4.5 times 2. That's 9. So 9 crucibles is 3 furnaces. So 1 table fits 3 furnaces. I can get the... maybe right here. Tucked away. The fuel can come in there. And just run along. Now the only question is if this can provide enough fuel, actually. I might need to switch to charcoal powder. No, that's not true. I can just add it into second table saw. Well, let's try it with 1 first. So 9 crucibles here. And I'm just gonna put a little ledge here to run a belt. So grinders there with an output, maybe in this direction. Because I need the stone to come in this way. And that also comes from grinders. No, that comes from the crushers. So if I put them along here, I should have plenty of room. Just like that. How many do I need, actually? So that was 30. I only need 2. Yeah, and one of them's going to be overproducing. Because 1 quicklime powder is just 1 rock. What happens in the middle to get to the quicklime powder doesn't matter. And then the quicklime powder needs to be combined with fruit wine. And that is made with extractors. But I want 2 blenders. So 1, 2, need more glass. 1, 2 blenders. There's their inputs. And the output can just go, I guess, into a box here? That's connecting. I don't want that to connect. How about this one? Yeah, I'll do that box. Now we need to see how much fruit wine is made from these. And these have to be fed with belts. I can't hand feed them. So I'll go harvest some grapes here. Put that in. And I forgot to replant the flax. Let me do that while I'm thinking about it. Okay, these make it at 100 a minute. These need 600 a minute, so it's 6 per blender. So that'd be a total of 12. And I think I can just put them on both sides of the... I need more iron. I think I can just put them on both sides of the belt. Oh, glass. And then just connect the pipes up like that. And pipes actually have infinite throughput. So it's not like Captain of Industry or Factorio. It's just if this is connected to a pipe that has an extractor on it, it goes. It teleports almost. So we don't have to worry about any throughput issues. And then I'll just get a box right here. Into there. Alright, and I think that should be it. I'll just grab some stone and some wood. Do I want it here? Well, this is pretty much the end of the episode. I just wanted to submit the main quest on the right there. I could figure out a place for it between episodes. I guess if the fuel isn't working, I just need to do a little bit of editing. But I think this should be fine. So both of these are on, kind of. This one's on. Nope, that one empties. That one's empty. You know, instead of overcomplicating it, I could just do 1 table saw per furnace. And then throughput will not be an issue at all. Like this. Now it's guaranteed to work. All of these are going. I think I do see, yeah, the occasional stutter. So that's because there's 3 crucibles per furnace. So I would need a better fuel source to prevent that stutter, but it's so tiny, I don't think it's worth a whole charcoal setup. This is just a really simple vitality potion setup here. I'm not trying to make things too complicated yet. I kind of just need things to work. I don't need them to work efficiently. I will eventually run a belt around the outside that carries money, fuel, and fertilizer. But the problem is that this tier of fertilizer... I'll just pick that up while I'm here. This tier of fertilizer just sucks. So it's not really worth putting it on a belt to feed a whole factory. I think it's not a good idea to do that until you actually get advanced fertilizer. If we look at the nutrient value, this is 720. But this one is only 144. So this has like 6 times the amount of fuel. Which means this belt, or a belt running this fertilizer, has to move 6 times the amount as a belt moving this fertilizer. Or you would just need 6 belts at the same speed to do the equivalent delivery. And that's same for the fuel. So I don't want to do a fuel belt until I get coke. Otherwise, I'll need to run multiple fuel belts. But let's see how many potions we have here. 39. I need a full 100 to do the quest. Maybe in the meantime, I've got a backlog of healing potions. I could potentially automate their restocking. Can I come through the wall here without... Oh, end of day. Curious as to our profits. Spent 13, made 21. Yeah, that's profitable. Maybe this is a good spot for this. Can I... I've never used one of these. I kind of want to try it. So if I put that here, and then do that. No, that won't work. It's not quite in the right spot. I could move that over, or I could just... I don't want to crowd this hallway anymore. You know, okay, I'm going to move this. So this has to go here in order to work. Yes? No. This has to go here in order to work. Okay. So I could have the health potions go here with a catapult. Target that. Do I want to? Maybe I want to. Then I'll branch off of this and then aim it at that. Like that. And that should auto-restock the healing potions now. That should help with shop reputation. I'm only at 19. It's not great. But people have been asking for these for a while. I just need to reconnect the nails. That's actually better. With the elevator there. That can just go straight into there. Okay, let's go back and check on the vitality potion. Out of fuel. Doubt we're at 100. 79. I'll grab more wood. Oh, I've been neglecting the quests. Okay, let's do that one, and then I could actually do that one too. This episode's going a little long. I know the last one went kind of long too. There's a lot of microing in the early game, like you saw in the last episode. I will be making attempts to alleviate that in the next episode with the money belt and the fuel belt and the fertilizer belt, like I was saying. So wooden pulleys. Healing potions. Still working on those. 110 glass. Do I have 110 glass? Not quite. And then 600 planks. I think I could do that one. Alright, we'll fulfill the urgent request and the carpenter request. That one and that one. That's some good cash. Oh, right. There's also some stuff I could do over here. I'm not going to make bricks yet in this episode, so that upgrade will have to hold off. But I could do this pulley upgrade. And that will increase inventory space. Excellent. So now, got a lot more space. The next one is this transformation potion. That's in the next tier. We'll get there in the next episode, probably. I'll try and do this potion belt one, and then submit the bulk order. I like how much progress I've made for this episode. Getting the vitality potions going is really big. I'll actually submit that quest now. Boom. Alright, so that unlocked rotten logs and coal ore. That's these here. So coal and rotten logs. And rotten logs are like normal logs, but they give mushrooms. And mushrooms are used in this recipe. But I'll save all this for next episode. I'm gonna pillar up right here so I can get a good shot of this vitality build. I think that might be a good thumbnail there. Alright, thumbnail acquired. I think I will end the episode here. So, I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.